Jeopardy! Hosts Ken Jennings and Mayim Bialik have an intense rivalry, according to contestant Amy Schneider. Amy opened up about her thoughts on both hosts in her new book, in the form of a question, The Joys and Rewards of a Curious Life. In one of the chapters of her book, Amy discussed her thoughts on hosts Ken, 49, and Mayim, 47. In an interview with TV Insider, Amy elaborated on some of her admissions in her book. I only had Ken as a host, so to some extent, I can't judge exactly, but I loved Ken as a host, Amy said of the pair. She added, I think that it's so comforting as a contestant to know that he has been where you are, and I think he has a real feel for the flow of the game. And though she has her own opinion on both of the hosts, the Jeopardy! Champ is aware of the fact that people tend to debate who is the best on social media. The TV star made it clear she has seen the intense comments that happen online but doesn't get involved in it particularly. Hosting is a lot harder of a job than it looks, she said. You don't see. It's all edited together to make it look like they never stumble over any clues or get anything wrong, but it's really hard. No holding back. Amy has opened up about a number of topics in her book. The 40-time Jeopardy! Winner released unflinching excerpts of her tell-all memoir, which addresses her transition and fight to game show greatness. Amy, 42, shared no-holds-barred takeaways from her new book with the Los Angeles Times on Friday. Her tell-all was released on Tuesday, October 3rd. Amy holds the game show's second-longest streak only behind now-host Ken, 74 wins in 2004. The star also made history as the first transgender tournament winner by clinching the $250,000 Tournament of Champions crown in 2022. The trans trailblazer, perhaps Jeopardy's second most, if not most, famous contestant, opted for the true definition of a tell-all as just the excerpts shed light on her incredible journey. Staying alive didn't seem tempting. Her book reflects on being born a boy in Ohio. She called being in the Boy Scouts a nightmare experience. Amy wrote that the Boy Scouts made her realize, I'm not a boy. She found it disgusting and disturbing and said she was pressured to watch a boy pull apart a live crawfish with a pocket knife. Amy also shared that watching the movie Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio made her realize she was not interested in men. It didn't work, she wrote. I simply didn't like boys. Ahead of her senior year at the University of Dayton, she felt stuck. While suicide held no appeal for me, staying alive didn't seem that tempting either. She said the cult animated show Daria helped her persevere. If Daria could survive this sick, sad world, so could I. Amy also opened up about meeting her first wife, Kelly, at age 21. She never discussed her first marriage on Jeopardy! The couple got married and decided to be polyamorous. I think everybody should be poly, she wrote. Most people do not agree with that, and that's okay. In the world of quiz shows, Jeopardy! Stands as a titan, an institution that has captivated viewers with its blend of knowledge and competition for decades. Since the passing of Alex Trebek, the show has seen a dynamic shift with Ken Jennings and Mayim Bialik taking up the mantle as hosts. Their roles have not only sparked intrigue for their differing styles but also ignited rumors of a fierce rivalry that has captivated fans and contestants alike. Recently, contestant Amy Schneider, known for her impressive streak on the show, added fuel to this speculation, claiming that the rivalry between Jennings and Bialik is intense. A host's dilemma, style and substance. Ken Jennings and Mayim Bialik, both celebrated in their own right, approach hosting with distinct styles. Jennings, the longtime champion with an encyclopedic mind, brings a cerebral gravitas to the show. His hosting is characterized by a calm authority and an innate understanding of the game, a natural extension of his status as the show's record holder. On the other hand, Mayim Bialik, an accomplished actress and neuroscientist, brings a warm, engaging presence and a scholarly yet approachable demeanor. Her background in science and her acting experience translate into a hosting style that is both nurturing and intellectually stimulating. For many, the difference in their styles is more than just a contrast, it represents a clash of philosophies. Jennings's approach is steeped in the tradition of the game, where precision and adherence to the rules are paramount. Bialik's hosting, while equally professional, carries a personal touch that reflects her diverse career. This dichotomy has not only affected the show's atmosphere but also fostered a sense of competition that seems to transcend the screen. Amy Schneider's bold claims. Amy Schneider, whose tenure as a contestant was marked by her impressive streak and deep knowledge, recently commented on the perceived rivalry between Jennings and Bialik. According to Schneider, the competition between the two hosts goes beyond the public eye and permeates the very fabric of the show. It's intense, Schneider remarked, suggesting that the rivalry manifests in subtle but significant ways, from the behind-the-scenes dynamics to the on-screen interactions. Schneider's comments are intriguing as they suggest a level of intensity that might not be immediately apparent to the casual viewer. The perception of rivalry could stem from the differing styles of Jennings and Bialik, each bringing their unique flavor to the show. For Jennings, who has seen Bialik's rise to prominence, the competition may represent a challenge to his established dominance. For Bialik, who must navigate the legacy of Trebek while forging her own path, Jennings's presence could symbolize both a benchmark and a source of contention. The dynamics of competition. The competitive nature of television hosting is often underappreciated. While it may seem like a glamorous role, the position of a host is fraught with challenges, including the need to connect with a diverse audience, maintain the integrity of the show, and often, navigate behind-the-scenes politics. For Jennings and Bialik, the rivalry is not just a matter of professional differences but also personal stakes. Both have invested a significant portion of their careers into their roles, making any perceived competition all the more impactful. Jennings, as a former champion, may feel a sense of responsibility to uphold the traditions of Jeopardy, and to continue the legacy of excellence established by Trebek. His rivalry with Bialik could thus be seen as a manifestation of his commitment to preserving the show's reputation. Conversely, Bialik's approach represents a fresh perspective and a willingness to innovate, which could naturally lead to friction with Jennings's more traditional stance. The impact on the show. The perceived rivalry between Jennings and Bialik has undoubtedly influenced the show's atmosphere. For viewers, it adds an extra layer of drama and excitement, turning each episode into a showcase of not just intellectual prowess but also a subtle competition between the hosts. The intensity of the rivalry, as described by Schneider.